It's official. Josh Jacobs is back today on Night of the Shield. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Night of the Shield. Let's just cut right to it. Josh Jacobs just signed a one-year contract worth up to $12 million. Now, we have a lot to talk about, but before we get started, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be updated every time I drop another episode. And go ahead and hit that like button. Help me continue to move up the algorithm. All right, there's not much really to report here. It's something that we expected this whole time. I've been reporting on it myself for the past 2 weeks that I believe that he was going to come back. You know, I thought it would have been earlier this week, but anyway, before the Dallas game, look, he never intended to participate in off-season training programs. He was going to protect his body. They ran this guy to the ground last year. He deserves the money, and I know a lot of people are probably going to assume he deserves more, and you may be right. But this is what I expected. 12 million was the cap. 12 million is where it's at. And also, you know, he has time to get ready. So now the reports are, you know, will he be ready? Yes, he'll be ready. This guy constantly staying in shape. He's going to be in physical condition to run. The question would be, you know, is he ready to take hits? Are they going to be in pads? Look, this guy, he has no choice. This guy gets banged around no matter what. It's not going to take this dude long to run a couple of times up the middle, get used to being smacked around, and he's going to just do what he does. The biggest thing that we need to talk about is how this changes the dynamic of this football team. Because we saw through the training camp and through preseason that Zeus got better. Now, Zeus, I said it before, Zeus is a bell cow. He's going to be a power rusher. That's all we need him to be. We were going to be running back committee if Josh wasn't going to be here. But now that we have Josh Jacobs, it changes the whole dynamic on how this offense runs, especially from the running game perspective. If you paid attention in preseason, they were running a lot of play action, right? Josh Jacobs just took that up another level. Our play action is going to be off the hook. So I cannot wait to see how Jimmy G now adapts to the deep ball game with Devontae and the rest of the crew, because there's going to be a lot of opportunity now that Josh Jacobs is back. And I'm excited for it, man. Like this brings this offense to where it's supposed to be. This is going to be a dynamic offense, which means all the pressure now falls right back to where we started, and that's on the defense, which has shown signs. The defense is why the optimism really was lifted through training camp. Now we got Josh Jacobs back. It's just going to raise that optimism level way high. It's going to change the whole way that I break down the first quarter of this season. Now, there's also people talking about right now whether or not Josh is that bell cow this year. Are they going to give him the ball 20 times per game? Josh is going to want the ball. Look, Josh has never been a guy to shy away from wanting the ball, wanting to be a part of the action. Last year, it just seemed like he was their only real option, right? They ran him, especially in that Seattle game. They really, really used him. He was the reason why, and I'm not even talking about the last run, but he was the reason why we were in that game and why we won that game. But now, if Josh is smart and his things that I've been reporting on for the last 2 weeks as well, still we have the weapons to still give him more breaks. I don't think we should run him down, because I do believe, especially if we see this defense come to light, if this defense comes to light, all right, I'm just saying, like, we need to protect Josh too, because we're going to need him if we have an opportunity towards the end of the season to make a push for a wild card or a playoff spot. You know, a lot of people thought we were rebuilding. This is all on the defense, man. This is all on the defense at this point. Graham has a lot to prove, and this defense has a lot to prove. And you could already hear by the way that the players talk, Crosby, Peters, Epps, Spillane, they expect to be good. Now it's time to go prove it. I'm fired up, dude. Like I haven't been this amped in a long time. It made sense. I knew that this was going to be a holdout till around this time. I just felt it. It just made the most sense. No season to run through training camp. No reason after a 293 carry season that you're going to come and just bang your body up before the regular season. He got his money. He got more than what he was expected to get. Capped right where I thought it should be, right around $12 million. He'll report back. He'll go through the team drills this next week. Remember, there's a bye week in between this game and Denver. So he will get the opportunity to bang around and get into shape. Josh Jacobs will be ready week 1 in Denver. And I'm telling you, this changes everything for the Raiders offensively. From an offensive perspective, Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Jacoby Myers, 3 things that they all have in common. They all can catch really well. They all can run routes, and they get off the line very quickly. So all these timing routes that Josh McDaniels' offense runs, these guys are going to be more efficient at it. Both Davante and Hunter in their second year. Jacoby's been in the system the whole time. Jimmy G is a timing guy. He's a short yardage guy. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for these receivers, and that is all predicated off the run. So when I was looking at the preseason and watching Zeus, watching McCormick, watching Abdullah, watching Brandon Bolden, I felt, okay, through a running back committee, we're still going to have a good running game. Josh puts together good systems. But having that dynamic back like Josh Jacobs, last year's #1 rusher, to add to that, here we go. I'm going to put it this way, and I've been saying this all offseason. Josh McDaniels has my respect. And I know for a lot of people that, are against him, they call him names and such. And look, I'm not saying that he's the answer. I'm just saying that he has my respect. This guy knows his X's and O's. He needs to become more personal. I believe he has. A lot of reports saying a lot of people love this dude. But now I will say this. This is the year. Look, everybody's going to put their own expectations out. I don't expect to be I don't expect to win the division, right? I expect us to be contenders. I expect us to be better than last year. I do. I do think we could fight for a wild card spot. I think we have put together a team, if the defense steps up, that we could challenge everybody in the division. Everybody. Sky's the limit at this point. And this is the year that Josh has to prove that he can compete in this league. Because remember, the narrative has been, this is a rebuild. It doesn't feel like a rebuild anymore. We have to give Josh the credit he deserves, and this is the year he proves that he deserves it. Josh, welcome back, my friend. I think this is going to be a game changer, and I'm excited, and I'm here for it. Once again, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit that like button so we can continue to move up the algorithm. And until week 1, stay Raider strong.